Turns out when you're recording footage, you're supposed to record both halves of your face, not just the top half. That's a pro tip for you in case you want to start YouTube. Record all your face. So there's 3 things I know about this video. That picture is going to be crooked when I edit the video. The picture is going to be dirty when I edit the video. And I spent so long trying to hang the picture so it wasn't crooked and trying to clean the picture that I don't care anymore. Last night I fell asleep at 7 PM and I woke up at midnight, which I haven't slept since then, which pro gave me ample time to listen to the Hamilton soundtrack from start to finish. Con, I can see 6 cameras right now and I most definitely only own 1 camera. I'm so tired I can't remember what words are. So I'm going to be referring to my phone a lot. Please excuse me. One of the things I like most about my personality is that I feel like I have no reservations talking about these so-called taboo subjects. It wasn't something that came naturally to me. I used to be really shy. But about the time I was sitting in my 10th pelvic exam, something just kind of snapped. I realised something. Literally 50% of the population have vaginas. And the 50% who don't know what they are. In a way, my uncomfortableness about the topic probably contributed to why it took me so long to get diagnosed. See, where I grew up, we had terrible sex ed. And I say sex ed because for some reason our teachers didn't teach the reproductive system as part of the health class. It was just sex ed. I mean, in 9th grade, I'd already been taught about all sorts of viruses and diseases, all the bones. I could name all your ligaments. I couldn't now. Do ligaments have names? Don't Google it. But literally everything I knew about down there came from television shows and fan fiction. So much science was going on. In fact, a little bit of misinformation I got from sex ed made me miss my first science of endo. Because my very first period was actually 2 periods back to back. That ain't cricket. Literally one after the other with like a day in between. That's not comfortable. That's a lot of blood. That's just a bloodbath. It lasted like 3 weeks. But I thought it was okay because in sex ed they were like, oh yeah, that's normal. Sometimes that happens. No, that's not normal. Even if it happens to some people, there's no way you should tell a girl, yeah, that's normal. You don't need to see a doctor if you get all your periods all at the same time and then never get a period again for the rest of your life. Okay, I did get periods for the rest of my life. But you should tell girls that if something abnormal happens with their body, go see a doctor. Don't just be like, it's probably normal. I'm a phys ed teacher, or in my case, not even sure what she taught actually. She was just a ring-in from another school. You know, go to a doctor. And I remember back then I was really shy about my period. No longer. I hated it. It was all new. Like I knew the technical stuff. I knew what was sort of going on. Actually, one of my teachers specifically taught a whole group of girls that knowing your body was something that was a little bit taboo. That you should only explore your body once in your whole life, and it should be for the benefit of your husband, and you could only do it in the bathtub. That's actually not helpful. Thank you. Funnily enough, she did not teach health or sex ed professionally. She taught languages. She did not teach the language of love. And when we got to high school, sex ed was literally just about watch this video so you're too scared to get pregnant, and also put a condom on a banana. I mean, I'm kind of mad about this because I was led to believe other than STDs and getting pregnant, not much else could happen. I mean, where was my education about signs of disease or cancer? And oh my God, if nothing else, where was that education about consent? I was taught that extreme period pain was normal and that every girl got it. I was taught that not being able to walk while you had your period was normal. Yeah, imagine my shock when I was 19 and I was told No, you should be able to get out of bed on your period. What's going on? I remember being 12 and I was in so much pain that I was taking strong painkillers like Panadine or something. Like, I was too young to be taking them. And they're so strong for me that they didn't cut the pain, but they made me so tipsy that I heard a phone ringing that was not ringing, and I reached over and answered my iPod and had a conversation with someone. That was the kind of painkillers I required when I was 12, but that was normal according to sex ed. So you know what would have been helpful? Being taught in sex ed about my actual uterus, or being taught in health class about my actual uterus. Or being taught in health class about my actual uterus, because I was taught about my lungs and I was taught about my heart and I was taught about my digestive system and my arms and my muscles and my fingers and my brain. Not taught about my uterus. That is an organ too, and lots of things can go wrong in it. Then I could have been armed with the knowledge to get help when things did go wrong in it. I could have not have gone through hell for so many years if I'd had better education. Before I got diagnosed with endo, I was told I had pelvic inflammatory disease, which is a disease you get after you've had chlamydia for however long. You can get it from a few other things as well, but that's the leading cause. And I was so bewildered that this pelvic inflammatory disease actually existed, and I was so uneducated that I didn't think to question it. I didn't think to go, wait a minute, I've never had chlamydia or anything that could lead to pelvic inflammatory disease. Like, I barely had a UTI. So maybe we need to look deeper into this. I just accepted it because I never had that education. If someone had taken 10 seconds to explain something to me in school, I could have saved myself years and years of pain. I wouldn't have taken needless medication and I would have been diagnosed sooner. We have to shape up. We have to give kids accurate and helpful education and information about their bodies. Yeah, we absolutely need to know about contraception. We also need to know about the organs that are actually inside of us. We need equal education for sex organs. We need to ditch the title sex organs. They're just organs. Mostly actually because it reminds me of the game Bubsy where the organs are going down the hill. Like, you know, the little cat on like Nintendo or whatever it was. Except instead of like organs going down the hill making that dun 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 noise, it's just uteruses. That's kind of scary. If someone had taught me equally about my uterus as they taught me about the common cold, I'd been equipped with the knowledge to not suffer through nearly 10 years in pain, and I wouldn't have missed out on so much of my life. 10 seconds of mentioning that these diseases actually existed, of not normalising extreme pain, my life would have been a lot different. If you want resources to teach or learn sex ed, I'll put some really awesome ones in the description box. And you know, I think it's really interesting, so let me know in the comments below what sex ed you guys received at school. Because some of it is just so terrible that it's scary and hilarious at the same time. Do you think it helped your diagnosis or did it hinder it? Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on all the social medias and take care of yourselves. Bye!